all work sitting down for the week. Man, welcome to another edition of the workshop where, it's always work to be done. Let's get So, it's just, our crew look a little different today. All right, we got a special guest on. We'll introduce him last. Darvin, what's going on, bro?
Another day in paradise, Midwest life, fucking weather, can't keep up with it.
Yeah, oh God.
Hot wet day, 50 miles of wind, 50 mile an hour wind next day. And then with the wind, you get the cold. So pretty frigid today.
Facts.
And I'm hoping it's the last goddamn day.
Nah, facts. I'm tired of this cold shit for sure. It was just 70 last week.
You can't keep up with it. That's Midwest living though.
Bro. Man, so to my right, we got special guests in here. My dog, Joe, owner of Big Joe's Catering.
Talk to him.
Station in Cafe 2402. Man, so chef, former athlete, recently engaged.
Hey, man.
So, as somebody that's, you're building something that's bigger than you, right? You are, trying to build something that's bigger than you. How important is it to find the right partner?
Man, I think that, I'm going to keep it a bean. If I didn't have the right partner or the right person that was in my corner, none of it would have happened. You know what I'm saying? All glory to God. Thank you, Lord, everything. And I thank him for putting her in a position to, not only just be by my side, but to also help guide me. You know what I'm saying? Because as a dude who is, trying to be an entrepreneur doing all this stuff, you want to just say, I can do this, I can do that. But to have a person that you trust the most be like, hey, you can do this. It looks good from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
I think that's what's important for sure.
Facts. Especially when, I always believe, I believe that, especially, you're trying to do something, be an entrepreneur, chase after your dreams. You never can get there until you find the right partner. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that can propel you farther than what you think. I feel like a woman, the right partner can take you to steps that you never even thought you could take for real. Somebody that believes in you, building that team, especially stepping stones to, success. So what was the determining factor? Be like, man, I'm finally about to lock it in. What made you be like, man, I'm about to get on that knee?
Man, it's so crazy because her homegirls was asking the same question. I think what made me realize that, I can't do this without her was, it kind of boils back to, I'm an independent person. So for me to say, I'm going to take care of everything, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. One day she was like, I believe in your dream. I think you can do it. And she was like, anything that needs to be taken care of, I can take care of it. And once she told me that, I'm like, what you mean? She like, let's say you don't want to come home and do the dishes or something like that. I'll do it. Let's say you don't want to make dinner. I'll do it.
Yeah.
You don't want to fold your clothes. I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that finding a partner who just who was willing to sacrifice himself without even needing to sacrifice himself, I think that's what made me all right. Yeah, her ass ain't going nowhere. So.
Yeah.
She got a sister?
Oh, man. Yeah. Hey, look, you got to throw the live to get the goal,
Okay, she got a sister.
Hey, man, look. The workshop is single. We're looking for someone to compare art wings. You know what I'm saying? But nah, for sure. That's dope, man. That's cool to hear. You don't really usually hear that perspective from, man. So I'm glad Congratulations. Bro, congrats. Let's give a round of applause for that, man.
I mean, can we get a round of applause for the cost on the ring, too?
You spent a ticket on the ring? I'm sure she appreciated it.
Yeah, she got no choice. So
is it, okay, so since we here, would you say it's important? Is the ring, or are you trying to, ball it out, or are you trying to?
I can tell you, because I just know this from experience with the women that I've had experience with. They love when the ring is off the chain. They love when a certain price tag is attached to the ring.
Sure.
They consider the higher the price tag, that must mean he really, really, you know what I'm saying? Right. And that's fine to think. I mean, and there's some reality to that. Like I'm willing to put this much money into just really a simple thing. Is if I had it,
but are you going broke for it?
Oh no!
Not go broke for it. I mean, not go broke. But
yeah, for it.
I'm gonna spend. If I want to spend it, I want to get to a number that I know she's gonna appreciate.
Okay. Yeah. What if it look good, but it ain't like it ain't BBS.
I'm gonna just say
it's CBS.
It's not lined up on the
right.
I think if it look good, and you can sell that story. And the finger don't turn green.
Yeah.
You do not want your jewelry turning.
I feel like you can always do something. Like we're young enough to where it's like you can always do something now. Mm-hmm. And then let's say like later down the line you got a little bit more bread. You like, okay, I want to
add some stones on.
Or do something, or get a new one, get something different. Because I feel like now they're not gonna be around other women that's married too much. So they're going to be comparing rings as everybody is just going to be kind of like the same. But when they get older, they start working with people in like they 50s, 40s, 60s and stuff. And their rings about to be crazy. They're going to be comparing, so for sure. But it's more important about what the marriage looks like rather than the ring,
That is more important, bro.
But don't go broke, but spend it,
don't go broke, but you
don't be cheap, though.
Yeah, don't do cheap.
The better it is going to be.
For sure. For facts. And
it's also fire whenever she's showing it off. Mm-hmm. They're all looking at you like,
yeah, you did that.
Yeah, I did that.
That was me. On me. So, like I said, you're owner of Big Joe's Catering, man.
Sure.
So I've seen. So your pops was a chef for the White House, right?
Yeah.
Is that your start of cooking? Like, was it your pops, or what got you inspired?
I mean, like for real. So once he retired, my dad was he kind of got the same attitude that I got. He can cook for everybody. He can do it all. Mm-hmm. And realizing that he can just cook, he just cooking every single time. He anytime he had a chance to cook for anybody and everybody, he did it. So let's say we having a little, hey, it's nice outside. Let's throw something on the grill. All right, bet. Calling everybody, I'm finna throw down. And so just seeing how much people loved his food and watched him cook, it made me want to be like, all right, I can do a little bit of something. Let me get in that kitchen. Let me do a little something here and there. And we kind of got two different styles. He more of a traditional. I'm more of a, creative style artist. You know what I'm saying? In the kitchen. And I think that was kind of just watching him cook was just damn, let me try it. Yeah. People love my food and it never goes wrong. So
in fact, the first time I tried your food was at the basketball tournament. You had the mac and cheese bowl.
Oh yeah,
smack.
Had you really rocked
it? On any block? No, I'm a consistent customer at the cafe for sure. So was you living the Corey in the house? Was that show wrong? Was you? So what was your
No,
when he was sleeping in the White House, was you?
No.
How did it work? Because I'm interested to know,
Whenever my dad was there, he was there and cooking in the White House. It was for President Ronald Reagan. So
okay.
After he did all that, he retired. So now I'm just we in the house and stuff. He just telling the stories and stuff like that. I'm realizing and at first I ain't gonna cut. I ain't believe him. I said he was 9-0 White House. But then,
so he was done before you was even okay. He was done before you were born.
Got
you.
Now, if I could have been in the White House while he was,
okay.
This might have been a different story. I might have known the world's secrets. You know
he's charging tariffs now.
No, but I was just it ain't really. I never went to the White House. Never been always wanted. Nah, I ain't trying to go now, but
yeah.
I always wanted to go, and just following in his footsteps and stuff. So
yeah, that's what's up. So go ahead.
If y'all had to have a cook-off, who would win?
Me, for sure.
Would he say that? He would co-sign that?
Nah, he gonna say hell.
Okay. Now, if you had to put one dish, up against his. What would he cook and what would you cook? Because you got to know your opponent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What would he cook?
Honestly, since he's up in Mississippi now, retired, all he does is cook on his boat and hunt. And
he would he kill?
Damn near.
Okay.
But he the one thing that he loves to do now is these pineapple rice bowls. And so it's like a pineapple, like a fried rice inside of it with a side of chicken. It's fire though. I ain't gonna cap it. It's fire. It sound fire and it look fire and it is fire. My dish would probably be, I got barbecue nachos.
Okay. That sounds like something I'll get down with. You got some brisket, some pulled pork?
A little bit of everything.
Oh, shit.
And then when I say like barbecue nacho, I ain't talking about just the barbecue meat. I'm talking about anything you think of a barbecue, it's gonna be on a nacho.
Oh,
so
multiples.
We got like you get your smoked mac on there. You get your sides, your baked beans and stuff like that. Little crispy onions, it's one of these days,
have mercy.
One of these days I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, go do your thing.
I'm about to say,
I'm finna come in and do my thing.
You see, I can cook, I can eat.
Yeah. I'm always hungry. I'm the one missing. Okay.
Yeah. But man, all right. So, man, that's dope though. So like, just like being able to serve other people and like being able to see the smile on their face after they eat your food is kind of the biggest driving force of that.
Yeah, because like before this, I was a social worker, and like one of the coolest things I always wanted to do was like open up a soup kitchen, and so like just me being able to have people come in and like not only just eat my food but like talk to me. I'm like, hey, what's going on in the world? Like talk to me, like just cool vibes in there and stuff like that. So
yeah, yep. So I feel like I met Joe. We was at the, he started working at downtown Y. And then I was like, man, this nigga look familiar. I'm like, I don't know where I know it. I was like, but it's not too many, black people that work at the downtown Y. We're going to keep it a bean. So I'm like, let me tap in with my dog. Let me see what's going on, whatever. And then we started, he helped out with my flag football program. He coached a group for me or whatever. So... But I was like, bro, I know you from somewhere. No, we play football against each other. He went to Bethel. So, what was your experience with football? Like, how did it?
Man, I think that, like, are you talking about in the sense of just like in everything?
Just like when you went to, like in everything. Like, what has it taught you overall, you feel like?
I mean, the basic, we all football players, so it taught me, teamwork, leadership and stuff like that. But like, honestly, it made me like realize that it's such a small world in a large world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met you, didn't even know it, and then it's just like years later after we done playing football, look and behold, we done met again. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know. I think it taught me just basically like everything ain't around the football, but it is around football. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Because everybody I know, I mean, not everybody I know, but somehow, some way or another, my friend group, we all played with or against each other in football and at some point in our lives. So,
well, football fun. I mean, people play. You have a good time. You get that camaraderie. That's why people be having a hard time leaving football.
Right.
You don't get that experience nowhere else.
What was your transition out? Like when you was done, was you straight into the workforce? Like I know what I'm about to do, or were you kind of like, man, I'm missing it. I need to figure out what I'm about to do next. Or what was your ending line?
I think that like I did struggle, and because I've been around football it was every single day for the past 20 so years. It's like all you know is football. Like, oh, I got spring training coming up. I got summer practice. But like transitioning out, I was like, damn, I need to be around football. And so I got into coaching and stuff like that. But then I was like, it's so much in the world that is not football.
Right. Yeah.
And so I had to like transition into like, you know, you change up your workouts.
Yeah.
You ain't got the group team workouts no more. You gotta self-discipline. You know, you gotta, it ain't no more team lunches, ain't no more team meetings and stuff. So it's just like, it's really just like you on your own trying to understand like, damn, I gotta do this without at least 22 other people around me. So.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the most interesting part about football. Like when you done, is that you have all these tools, you know, teamwork, leadership, you know, working out, all that stuff. But now how do you use them in these different spaces?
Yeah,
you know how to use them when you're on the field or when you're in the weight room in meetings. But when you're in this job interview, when you're applying for these jobs, when you're in a relationship, it's hard for you to use the same, because you can't use the same tenacity.
Yeah, you can't tell your partner, be like, hey, man, line up in front of me if you got an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, nigga, you don't know that play? Like, nigga, get your shit together. Yeah. You can't just go up to your shorty and say, you know, get your shit together. You gotta, you know, be able to. And that's where a lot of people struggle. Yeah. That's where a lot of people struggle as that you're not in that space with. So it's transitioning out is what I feel like is like not important. It's important for sure, but I find it interesting for everybody because I feel like everybody has their own way of kind of figuring it out.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
So, man, if you had, what's the craziest like request somebody came up to you with at like the restaurant or like cooking? Like, what's the wildest thing somebody been like? Or gave you a review or something, he was like, man, hell no, they got me fucked up. Or like, they came up to your spot and was like, you know, gave you a wild request. And he was like, nah, we don't even do that, Playboy.
Okay. I'll give you the craziest request. So, cafe's down in the gym in the downtown YMCA. So, it's a healthier spot, man. And this lady come in there, I'm talking about like, she's so serious. I didn't even realize this first. She's like, y'all got cheeseburgers and fries here?
She looking for calories.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, you was?
I was there.
I'm like, yeah, it's at our other cafe. I'm thinking she joking. I'm like, yeah, it's our cafe is Spangles right down the street. Like, go down there.
he told her to go to Spangles, okay?
And I'm like, and she looked at me like I was crazy. She was like, y'all ain't got nothing like that. I'm like, no, like
this ain't a burger joint.
She's like, y'all got a steak?
Yeah,
she wanted a steak.
She like any type of beef,
medium rare, extra crispy fries, man, bacon and cheddar on the burger, man.
She wanted the double Angus, gang.
She didn't look at the menu.
No,
bro. She didn't consult that menu. Not one time.
Not at all. She full blown thought I was about to whip back there and cook up a double Angus, deluxe, triple bacon, ketchup, tomato, onion. Man. And I'm sitting up there looking at Grace, and I'm looking at my coworker, UConn. I'm like, bro, she being dead ass serious right now.
Dead ass.
Oh, dude, she came up to the wall for the burger.
Man,
for the burger.
For the burger, man.
And she didn't just work out. Like, she wasn't in no workout clothes. She walked in like, okay, I'm looking for a burger. Because she had jeans on, jacket. She was no workout gear. I was gonna walk out.
Yeah, to this day, lady, I ain't got no burgers. But if you come back to the cafe, I got a smoothie for you guys.
Yeah, if you try to change the shit. Okay, now what was the other story?
Okay, so man, this is insane. So one of the things that I pride myself in that got me started cooking was basically the catering aspect of it, because I want multiple people to have my food and stuff like this. So, man, all right. So this lady reached out to me. Her and her dude. They're having a party. So I'm like, all right, bet, cool. What do y'all need? So what she said, we got a party of like 15 people. But they're ordering food. They're ordering nacho bar. They ordered a taco bar. A burger bar.
Burger bar.
A burger bar. And nacho bar, taco bar.
Okay.
salads,
Like, who the fuck they feeding?
man, and a fruit tray, veggie tray.
So now they want a fruit tray. They got all these nachos.
Party. This a wedding.
Yeah.
You know, you hear all the food I'm ordering. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I can do it all, you know what I'm saying? Oh, a side of wings and everything. So I'm like, y'all order enough food to feed like 60, 70 of you. Oh, yeah. It's 15 people. So I'm like, damn, okay, you know.
You should have called me.
I'm like,
I could give you another body, made it a little cheaper.
I'm like, all right, so what all do y'all want? I'm going to make sure it happens for you. If that's what y'all want, I'm going to do it and take care of y'all. So give her the ticket. Kid you not, I gave him a fire deal because it was like, basically, what I'm charging you right now is exactly what I'm going to spend buying all the supplies to make all this different food for you, right? So I'm delivering the food. First off, she was like, man, the lettuce is too cold.
The lettuce?
I'm like, for what? She said, the burger bar. I'm like, so what you want it hot? Hey, damn.
That's that football shit.
I'm like, ain't no way. And so then, so my meat supplier, he's like, I ain't got no small Angus patties, but I got you these large ones. So I'm like, all right, they'll love that though. You know, I'm gonna hook them up with some bigger burgers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She get the burger, talking about the burger's too big.
you try to hook them up.
I'm trying to hook them up and so I'm like, okay. And she talking about, oh, the burger's too juicy. I'm like, so you wanted a small little hockey puck, right? Like, what's really
saying a burger is too juicy is absurd. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. Then she's talking about, and she asked me to present it to where I can like they can eat out the trays and stuff like that. So I'm like, I done made all this shit look fancy. And I'm like, I done put some, some edible leaves around everything. Look, it's looking good.
Yeah.
She's talking about, I wanted it on a flat tray. I'm like, all right. Damn, okay. You got me. I'm sorry. I ain't give you no warm ass lettuce. I'm sorry I ain't give you no hockey pucks. I'm sorry that the burger was way too juicy. Like, and she just complained. I'm talking about send me this like long ass paragraph, bro. And I probably would have been just like cool, swallow the pill and stuff like that. But then she started like attacking my character. I'm like, bitch, you do not know me. Like I really like
crash out.
Yeah, I'm trying to be on some cool. Like, and she talking about, oh, all you worried about is like, your cafe and stuff like that. I'm like,
oh, so this is recent.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
This is when I'm like opening up the cafe and stuff. And so she's like, she hating on it all, talking about just bashing my character and everything like that. And then I was like, okay, well, if you didn't like it that much, I'll just give you a refund. You know what I'm saying? She said, finally, I've been waiting for you to say that. And then it took me a second to realize, like,
man, you better than me.
You don't even, I said, so what did you hate about the food? She said, no, it was all good. I'm like, so you just wanted that check back. I'm like, if that's the case, you should have took your ass to McDonald's,
Brahms, you get a bag of burgers.
Man, for $5, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have got some Brahms sauce, all that taken care of, but you sit up here trying to like really bash me and like hurt my business. And the crazy part is, I knew it wasn't nothing like serious because something serious like that, you get on, Facebook. You get on Facebook, you leave your reviews.
You start letting people know.
Yeah, I ain't hear nothing else from her. I said, all right, well.
Yeah. I mean, you can't get on Facebook and be like, hey, man, this man gave me 2 cold lettuce, 2 big burgers, and 2 juicy burgers.
Lettuce is not cabbage because you warm up. You can eat like warm cabbage.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, you can cook cabbage.
There's no dish you make with warm lettuce.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Not no good one I've heard of.
Not no good one.
No, that's crazy. But that's just like, you can't please everybody. So there's always going to be somebody that's fucking somebody money up,
Man.
or a reputation up, or somebody. People always have a hidden agenda. Not always, but people have hidden agendas, So it's like, and as a business owner, as somebody that's like, putting your love into your craft, it's like,
it's sick because they approach you with the shit, you know.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know, it's not like you sold it to them, you know. They came with you to it.
That's why you gotta take every like review with a grain of salt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you see, let's say 10, like 20 5-star reviews, and there's a couple like 1, 2, it's like, well, one is more than the other. So I'm probably gonna lean more to the left than I would to the right, you know. Like sometimes I would go to like Amazon, I would be ordering something. I make sure I check the reviews on shit. Just make sure like people done got it, or like let me see what it looked like a little bit. And then they'll take a picture of it and give it a 1 star and be like, yeah, it just it was hard to put together.
Lazy.
You gave it a 1 star because you couldn't put the shit together?
Man.
Instruction manual?
Didn't come with batteries.
It didn't come with batteries, yeah. So, I don't know, bro. I seen that video of Jay Daniels and he was talking to Juju Watkins.
Yeah,
you seen that? He was talking, I mean, you know, looked like he was macking in this game on.
For sure.
Then mama step in and get in between them. And all the smiles go away. Juju sitting down.
But it looked like Moms was also talking shit too, like a little bit. Like,
If you look at the camera, Well, so what's y'all? I know my take on it. What's y'all take on that? Like, because I feel like as a man, right? I feel like your mama always gonna find something wrong with a woman that you bring home.
For sure.
Nobody's ever going to be good enough for, you know, her sweet little boy, you know? And that's why I don't worry about if my mama like a girl or not that I bring home, or gonna fuck with a girl that I bring home, because you're not gonna like nobody. You're not gonna like nobody, but you're gonna find something to not like about somebody. It's gonna be something, the littlest thing. Yeah. You're gonna find something to complain about. And yo, son, old to hell. That nigga 25, 24.
Yeah.
Like, he left this, like, bruh, and he talking to she got her own. It'd be different if she was an IG model or something like that. This is Juju Watkins. Hooper.
She's gonna be taken care of for a cool minute, though, yeah.
So what do y'all think y'all mom gotta like the girl y'all talking to or bring it home, or like
she don't got to, no?
Like, is that like a deal breaker? If he's like, your mom was like, nah, I don't like her. Yeah. Are you like, nah, I'm good?
I would like for my mom to like her, but I think if I liked her enough, my mama wouldn't put that kind of pressure on it, you know? Like, I would like to think that, but I'm not entirely sure. But I can see why his mom is like that. They've been broke probably their whole life, no father figure around. And now this man got everything in the world coming to him. And the mama's smart enough to know, you know.
She ain't just trying to let nobody random in there. Yeah.
And Juju Watkins is a baller. She's not going to make the same kind of money Jayden Daniels is about to make if he stays healthy. And I'm not, you know, if Jayden Daniels going to do what Jayden Daniels want to do, his mama not going to be able to stop him.
You know, that's
all. But I mean, she got to play her part. I mean, she, you know.
No. She don't have to play. Her mama got to play her part? But like stepping in between on national TV, looking at the camera is crazy.
She was doing
too much. Okay, yeah.
But she do got her point to raise. Like, there are females out there
for sure
looking to get at that nigga to get a check.
Yeah,
and that's the only type of relationship they want to have with him.
Yeah,
that's real shit.
No, that's real shit. No, for sure.
And that nigga is worth, I don't know.
He's going to be worth
$1 billion.
He's going to be. He's probably going to make that. Yeah.
How much money they going to make off him? $1 billion?
Yeah.
Especially
he can be in the Anthony Edwards situation.
Yeah. Let him win him a Super Bowl. What's the value of the Washington, the franchise going to go up?
Yeah.
I think that like for me, from my experience, if my grandma didn't like a female, and I'm like, I'm really feeling this one. Love you, Grandma.
What Kendrick say? Come my granny off and she'll see the house.
Get granny off a shorty is crazy. Hey, yo, I mean,
sometimes we not seeing eye to eye.
Yeah. Now, low key though, if I was with my shorty and we was rocking out, and my mama, I'll cut my mama off for the shorty. If it was my wife and she was just like, they was just beefing, I gotta be good at home, gang. I don't live here, you know.
Poison your food.
Right. But yeah, but what were you saying?
I think that in my case, like, if I'm really vibing with a shorty, like, I'm like, okay, I'm locked in. She cool. She treat me nice. She fine. She bad. She checking all the boxes. And then my people's at home like, oh no. Shit, you gonna have to, I don't know at home, man. Like,
I know it's away from her.
Cause like, where I'm at right now, I'm living lovely. So
yeah. I'm good. Yeah. But at what point do you gotta just trust your parent and that you
didn't raise your child not to do dumb shit.
Right, and make the right decision. At what point do you just trust that they're gonna make the right decision? If your kid a knucklehead, then I would anybody you bring around probably gonna be a little bit of a question mark, but if you instill some values.
Yeah, and I feel like if your parents like really love the person you with or like the person you with, that shows a testament to what you're saying, like, we raised him with some values. They know what he's looking for.
Right.
We not gonna raise him to bring something fluky in.
Yeah. Shit, but no, she does have a right to stand in place
for sure.
But she OD. She definitely OD.
She did.
She did OD. The video where she was like, he was on his phone or something, and she like put that phone down. And I'm like,
for real, she is.
And type it on the phone, and she reach over and whisper like, "Hey, you on TV? Put that phone down." And he just like,
she a hard, she was old school, so she looked like she old.
She probably did her.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't seen no pictures of his daddy, so I mean, single mother.
Yeah,
probably had to be hard on this nigga so he could get to the NFL.
Yeah,
and
she brought his pride and all that.
Yeah, she should though. I mean, she should because she was a part of his maturation, but. He got to figure it out eventually on his own.
She's gonna have to let him go. Right. She will.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You're gonna get a couple dudes.
Now, what y'all remember? KD's mama. Whenever he won the finals and she was grabbing him, she was like, "Look at me!"
yeah.
She was wild. That's another one of them pairs.
Yeah, I feel like my mom will wild out if I won like a Super Bowl or some shit.
I think my mom would too. Yeah, but I'd be happy for it.
Yeah, facts.
You don't always win every day.
Nah, so the story about my mom was definitely my number one supporter type shit. So one time we was playing MAYB basketball, bro. Dead ass. It's like 8 a.m. We played in a small gym at Caping, bro. So this is like middle summer, 8 a.m. I'm talking about nobody in the stands. But my mama and like 4 other parents from the other teams. All I hear is my mama in the whole game. Yelling the whole game, bro. The whole game. Yelling at the refs, yelling at the other players, yelling at the coaches. I'm like, I can't play like this, bro. It's not enough noise to block this out. Yeah. So halftime come up, I walk up the steps.
You LeBron her?
I was like, Mama, can you stop? Yeah, I need you to stop. I was like a sophomore, but I had to stand my ground at that point. I'm like, gang, come on. I can't play like this. You hamper my performance, gang. Like, come on. But no, shout out to my dude. Shout out to, support him, but.
That's how my dad was. Like, he got to that point where, when your parents realize, like, oh, you got some potential and stuff like that, that's when they start turning up. They're like, oh, you going to get treated right on this court and field, whatever. You going to get taken care of. And I remember when I was playing high school football and stuff, and I could hear my dad talking about, y'all refs fucking suck. Like, y'all holding it every single time. And I'm just like, anytime I get like a little bruise or something, I go to the side or something. He on the edge like, what they doing to you out there? Okay. He damn near finna suit up with me. I'm like,
he in the locker room, taped up. Yeah.
Pre-game speech.
What the coach is telling you? You don't need to listen to him. Do what I'm telling you.
Oh God. Yeah. So what's the I don't know if y'all did y'all ever have those? Man, I know when I get in this car, we about to have a long conversation type of ride homes. You know what I'm saying? After a game or something like that. I used to get that shit all the time in like a Little League when my pops was a coach. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, I'm about to drag getting in this car. Even if we play good games.
Niggas just be like, wouldn't even want to talk. Like, niggas just got the radio down and shit. Like, 95.3.
95. I used to try to act hurt. if I knew I had like a shit game, I'm trying to act hurt like so he don't like come in like you jumped off sides or you couldn't make that tackle. You missed it. I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, inside, I'm like, damn, I already know he finna get on my ass.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I mean, I appreciate a good crazy dad, especially as a spectator.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you in the stands and he's spectating his kid, maybe his kid ain't having a best day. Oh man, they're entertaining. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I like it as like if I'm in the stands, cool. But if I'm like, you know, I've worked in youth sports. I done had to kick some parents out.
Oh yeah, you like the referee?
Yeah, referee, or like you to put, or you the director, you to put all this shit together.
Yeah.
Come on, brother, you gonna have to watch from the car. yeah.
I know some people that's got banned from USD 259 events.
Yeah, don't say no names.
Yeah.
Listen right now.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. So I brought it up quickly. Yeah, so the Anthony Edwards situation.
I was just talking to the homie about this. I'm glad you brought that up. That's also, for sure.
So allegedly, I'm gonna say it's all alleged because it ain't. We don't know if it's true or not. But had the baby with Shorty. Allegedly offered her this money to, you know, not have the baby.
Mm-hmm.
She's having the baby anyways. And he requesting to pay the 216 months of child support up front.
Hard. He hard for that. I didn't even know it's not an option for niggas that ain't got it. Like, for someone that got that paper, that's hard. I fuck with him. And mind you, you can find the text messages online of the exchange where he was trying to tell her not to have the baby. Comedy.
I think it's a crazy situation, but I think that like the most truest thing. She decided to do what she wanted to do with that money. He gonna decide to do with his money. You know what I'm saying? Like, like it's a shitty situation in his case. I feel like because it's like, damn, he really wasn't trying to do that. I think he was trying to prevent having to do this or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then like he turned around, I was like, all right, well, if that's the case, I'm gonna drop this check off. Don't ask me for nothing. Like,
yeah. The crazy part is like, you know, you back somebody into a corner, you know, anybody that's backed into the corner and made a decision, they going not wild out, but they definitely going to, you know, try to spite you. If you done back somebody in the corner, they only got the one decision, two decisions to make. Like they gonna do something to spite you.
They're gonna do the best decision, but it's gonna be the worst decision for them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so if he like, you know, take this money and I'm out, like shit, he got every right to do that, you know. But at the end of the day, my perspective, like nigga, if you want to avoid all this, just wear the condom, you know? If you didn't want to wear it, if you ain't want the kid, I'm not endorsing niggas being a deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not endorsing that. But like, she also know what the situation she got herself into. You know, if you did it for the money, the situation. There are people
trying to give it to you,
right? There's people in their situations that people are looking at you as a dollar sign.
Yeah,
and as athletes, entertainers, anybody, you know. You got to be able to know that and dodge those bullets. Like, if you can't dodge that, then nigga, you don't have to pay what you owe.
For sure.
You know?
Sean Kemp.
So, exactly. And like, I'm not endorsing niggas being no deadbeats, though. Sure. Like, nigga, if you lay down and you ain't pull out or you ain't put that condom on, you gonna have to figure it out.
I can tell you, it's gonna be fucked up for the kid, especially if he knows his dad is Anthony Edwards, like this super good basketball player, like somebody I would want to be my dad, you know? And he ain't got no relationship with him.
But then, like, you see these articles. Like,
but
like
it's your dad.
Right.
Like, you know he don't want to have shit to do with you.
Right.
Even though you live in a nice ass house.
Yeah. But who put him in that situation, that kid in that situation? The mama or the dad? You know what I'm saying? Like,
they both, it take two to tango.
Right, exactly.
It's fucked up to try to tell a girl, like, let me pay you this much money to have an abortion. Let's just say
yeah, no, that's fucked up.
It's fucked up to say that to her. But it might have been the best thing. I'm Catholic. I wouldn't do it, you know, but it's not me. It's not for me to say what she she shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
You know, that's a crazy thing to say, because even if she didn't want to have no relationship with him, that don't mean she want to kill her child.
Right.
You know
She
what I'm
might
saying?
have, like, her religion might have been, her religion might have said, like, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
Or just her values, like she feel like she want to keep the baby.
Yeah, but she also don't gotta extort him for a check.
Right.
There's an amount of money that you can pay for a child that's reasonable to where he ain't got to be like, well, he might actually want to be in this child's life, but you ain't got to extort him for, the $30 million.
I think that's why he's like, he did it out of, like what you said, out of spite. Like, oh, you want to do this to me? I'll just drop that check out. And I think if she would have just been like, maybe on some genuine type of stuff, like,
let's work out an arrangement.
Exactly. I think he would have probably just been like, okay. You might have not went through with it what I was expecting, but
this is my son, this is my daughter.
Right.
Exactly. That's a cool ass perspective for sure. Like,
yeah. It's crazy though. Like we ain't got kids. Like us three, we don't got kids. And it's just. I definitely don't. Like I said, I'm not about to. I've said it like 3 times, but I'm not endorsing niggas be deadbeats. Like anything that y'all not taking care of y'all kids, you done laid down and you done made these decisions. Like it's kind of lame. But also, like if you've expressed this isn't what you want, men do have also. You have a decision to make.
Yeah,
because she laid down. She realized he ain't had no condom on. He ain't pull out too. She laid down. I mean, so it's a 2-way street.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I just wish that there was like
it sucks for the kid at the end of the day.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I just wish there was like rules and like some more like stipulations when it goes in that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because like at the end of the day, what it's gonna look like is Anthony Harris is probably like the main contributor to this. You know what I'm saying? Like whether 20 years down the road they're gonna say like, oh, he had sex where he ain't using no condom. They're not gonna look at the mom and be like, oh, I had sex with him with no condom. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna look at the dude. So.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah. I've definitely been in some situations, or I haven't maybe, but some people have been in situations where they've been with a shorty, they had sex with a woman, and they don't want to wear no condom. They don't want you to, but they don't fuck with the condoms.
He said, let me backtrack.
Yeah.
I'm one of those niggas that don't like to wear condoms.
Who does? Nobody don't fuck with no condom. Like, who likes wearing condoms?
Terrible.
But
I think that's what my shirt is looking
at the but the consequence of not wearing one, I'd rather go through wearing one than deal with the repercussions. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what Anthony Edwards said in the text messages, if you can find them. He was like, why would you bring a child into this world that don't, parent don't want them type shit,
Yeah,
and
crazy.
You make a good point, but to, that's, like I said, the other way to tell her to not have a child is an incredibly crazy thing to say, too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just crazy all in general.
Yeah,
that's why. Wrap it up. Sleep with people that you can see yourself with.
That you can see yourself with.
Yeah, but hey.
That's hard to do, too, because, this girl is off the fucking chain. Holy shit.
Nah, it's a lot of dudes out here that she got that wagon. She could look like Shrek in the face. Niggas gonna knock that down.
And then you gonna and then she gonna be in NBA circles now. She gonna end up with another
ball player. She gonna get another.
And that nigga gonna hit a game winner on you.
I'm saying that happened a lot this past year. I feel like
the Eagle go hit a game winner on you.
Jalen Green, I feel like the bit is a situation like that.
Oh man, Jalen Green. They talk about his girl on Gil's Arena like every day.
She like 40. He like 20 something.
It is what it is. She's also off the fucking chain.
That's where my point is. Like, bro, standards be standards until the bad ones come around. Like, I don't like
out the window.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like vaping. I don't fuck with vaping. But shorty bad, you can charge your vape up right next to my phone. Nigga, what the fuck? You think I'm a shorty bad?
Oh my!
A lot of that shit go out the window. That's why I don't be like,
But what's the one that you absolutely can't do though?
If you bad, you pull out a cigarette in front of me. I'm cool.
Cigarettes. That's a
you might as well smoke your ass away from me.
Take that little cloud out my face for sure. Yeah. Cigarettes, cool. Shit, bad hygiene, cool. I come over that shit tart. Nah.
I'm just not going down there, but I'll still, Is she off the chain?
It's about to smell like it's about to smell like O'Reilly's in there.
Like onions and mustard.
Yeah, Spangles. Is she about to get that double Angus she was looking for in the cafe? Nah, but yeah, cigarettes, I'm cool. Shorty can be as bad as she wants to. If you smoking them ports, I can't do it.
A Newport, a Camel.
Yeah. Cool. What's yours?
Marlboro.
It's the cigarette. Like everything else, you can probably you can either teach or you can maneuver around. Yeah. Cigarettes. Yeah. I see that.
But instantly. Niggas be like, I don't fuck with when I got kids. I don't fuck with one. If the baddest one come around and she got a kid,
I can see myself being a good father.
Yeah, exactly.
Father of the year.
I'm not the stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped up. You know what I'm saying? For the right one.
Start justifying.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's just like with women too. Like if the right one come around, he got some bread. That nigga might be a little ugly.
Oh, if you got money, you can get a bad one. Yeah, she gonna be ugly than a motherfucker.
She gonna cave.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, if you got a bag.
She might like
anything.
She might like dreadheads. But you pull up in that. But you got a baldy. You pull up in that Rover. She gonna bend over.
Yeah, Rover to bend over.
You know. So them standards. And then again, like people do stand on them, but for the most part, niggas be bending their rules for sure. For certain people,
she gonna bend the rules. If he got change in his pocket, she gonna bend the rules.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely for the base. Yeah, like you said in that one episode, shit. It don't take much. I'm easy.
I'm easy. A lot of times being bad is just a perk. Damn, you make a good cinnamon roll. Yeah, she made good breakfast.
Okay. She done cooked the eggs first, so you still the eggs is cold. Yeah, bro. All right, so what's 3 canon moments? like 3 events as a young man that every young man gotta go through. Like falling in love with a hoe.
I'm dead. Falling in love with a hoe.
That's a canon moment for a young man. Everybody done did it. You gotta go through it. It develops you into the man that you're gonna be today. And that's not cap.
Oh god damn.
Finding out WWE was fake.
Oh man, I was hurt. I was hurt.
Finding out
to a point, like
Finding out WWE was fake.
Man, I heard
definitely
John Cena say, "Hey, lay down right quick." I'm like, damn.
I just recently seen a video of Hulk Hogan. Back in the 80s and shit, them niggas used to use the blade. Mm-hmm. Bro just took the blade and just right in front of
everybody. Yeah.
He had that weak ass leg drop move.
No, he had the worst. That's the worst. That might be the worst finish.
Might be the worst, but it's comically funny how that's what makes it good.
Yeah, she was so ass. I hated seeing that shit.
Yeah, he racist.
Oh, big racist.
Oh yeah. So okay, what's the other moments a young man gotta go through? That it's like getting into it with the homies. Even if it's getting into it with the homies, you gotta get into
realizing you're not gonna be a professional athlete or anywhere close to it.
Yeah, I think that's when you realize damn, your ass is not going to no NFL, no NBA.
You turn fucking 15, 16 and niggas start dunking and shit, windmilling you're not going to the NBA, dog.
Yeah, man, I can't do that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What they say, that shit's crazy.
Having your first raggedy beat up car and then you being the only person that know how to operate it.
Hold on, wait, put your foot. Put your foot right there so the window, bro.
You gotta push it in and push the handle out.
All right, yeah, no, for sure. Man, what else? Shit. Getting into it with your pops too, I feel like you gonna get that with that day where you and your pops just gonna butt heads.
Hell yeah.
You gotta go through it.
I remember that to this day. Me and my pops, like I said, he worked in the White. military dude. He was strict. And man, I remember one day he was like, yeah. And I said, man, you always talking shit. And I'm thinking, I'm in football. I'm thinking I'm hard. Man, that motherfucker came up to me. He said, what'd you say? Man, I said,
my daddy definitely got on me behind that too. I was like, man, you a chump. That nigga got on me, dog. Chump is crazy.
You call him a chump gang?
And you know, like that's like some 80s shit. So he like, man, John Turkey, that's what he heard. He said,
yeah, you a chump. Yeah.
Oh God.
My daddy would have floored me for that.
Oh man.
Yeah, my daddy got on me for sure, man.
Yeah, no, but like there's definitely some moments where as a young man, like everybody that been through these moments for sure.
Here go to the first time, you crack some. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that J. Cole song, I forget the name of it.
Man. Oh, yeah. Let me ask y'all a question though real quick, so I know.
Okay, well, let's do let's pause it real quick because I know the camera's probably about to be closed. So hold on to that real quick. All right, what would you?
Okay, so first time, y'all did the deed. Did y'all act like y'all knew what y'all was doing?
Absolutely.
Or was you just out there winging it, or did you have a game plan, or what?
I tried to act like I did. I'm not sure I was successful, but I'm honestly not sure if she knew what she was doing. So
was the first time was she a virgin when you was a virgin?
I have no idea. I didn't ask, but I mean.
I
don't know if I don't care, but no, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, but it seemed like we were both inexperienced.
Okay, yeah. Now the first time, well, the first time I had sex was with my girlfriend, and like I was 16. So she wasn't a virgin. I was. So I wasn't about to pretend like I knew what I was doing. The first time I had sex, I was at the crib.
My Duke's crib?
My Duke's crib. I was 16. Nigga, I feel like we was, getting started doing the thing. My mama called me in her room.
My Duke was home.
Yeah. Boom. Don't know what the
table.
I definitely need to be put to the table for this one. But nigga, 16, I ain't not thinking. This front alone, that ain't developed. I'm trying to figure this thing out, gang. I'm thinking she sleep. Hey, bro, she called my name. My heart dropped. I'm like, oh, this can't be real. I'm hearing shit. So I walk in the room. She was like, what the fuck is you doing? I was like, shit, we just chilling for real. Bro, I don't think I got hard for a month after that. Nigga, I'm like, bro, stay away. This is too much for me. But the first time is definitely, quick experience, But it was, that definitely probably that first time set you on a course for a lifetime. So
did y'all eat coochie?
The first time? No, I didn't eat coochie till
I did.
The first time?
Absolutely. I had seen it on a porno.
That nigga's hashtag real eater. Now the first time eating is crazy. That's not. I don't know.
I feel like
I had seen it on tape, so that's what I just assumed you were supposed to do. I heard you. You gotta warm it up. You gotta put some chalk at the end of the pool.
I'm saying you do it. You better than me because I didn't start until I was in college. I didn't start until I was in college.
Man. So how long do y'all wait? How long do y'all wait till you dive in the box?
Oh, first night.
First night.
If she bad enough, if she cool enough, I'm eating on the first night.
I'm not hard to catch, like I said. She's slightly proposition me. I'm in.
But she looking good. That thing, it definitely can get
crazy.
I'm cheap.
Personally, I don't care.
So cheap,
because I'm not just about to lay down with anybody.
For sure.
I'm not me personally. I'm not about to just
gossip and do some stuff. Yeah.
But if I don't do it, then you know what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm not. Yeah. So what? How was your first time was?
First time done.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna catch.
You was acting like you was new. You was new.
Like I was a pro in it.
Oh yeah, I was trying, but I don't think I was successful. I think I was obviously bad.
It's so crazy because, man, if any of my old coaches, any of y'all hear this, Pops, you hear this, hey, don't bring it up. Man, so this is when I'm like in high school and stuff. So I'm trying to act like I'm the player and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I tell one of the little trainers and stuff, hey, meet me in our, and this one, I had a nice facility at our school and stuff.
You at the school?
With school with it. I'm talking, we had a little break period. I go out and say, hey, meet me here during like 7th period or something like that.
Oh, you're supposed to be in class type shit.
Man, I told my teacher, I'm like, hey, I gotta do my ankle wrapped and everything like that, knowing damn well my teacher, she don't know nothing about no sports world. She an art teacher, so she like, go ahead and go. I'm like, all right, bet.
It's also 1:30, practice ain't till 3.
Mm-hmm. She like, I get in there and say, hey, can we get busy? And then,
at the school?
At the school with it, man.
She got down?
She got down. Hey.
Church. I ain't mad at you.
Nah, me neither.
Did you get caught?
Hell no.
Oh, that's what matters then. That's what matters.
Man.
That's a pretty decent experience.
Yeah, that's hard. That's gas. Yeah, that's gas. That's hard.
You might have to have mom do call.
I was nervous as hell though, because you know it's like my first time. I'm trying to act like I'm a G at this shit. So I'm like, all right, bet. It was a cool little, get in and get out. And I'm sitting up there walking back to class by myself, like panting, like, damn, I just did that. I just did that. Get in the group chat later that night. Y'all niggas ain't gonna believe this. I was like, fuck.
Damn. Yeah.
At the
school was crazy for the first time.
For the first time.
Yeah, no, but definitely like people used to be like, getting down at school. Like, how?
It was some niggas at my job got fired for getting down.
We're doing it on the clock.
On the clock, getting paid for it.
Cafe,
all right. What was gonna say? Yeah. So young men out there, y'all make sure y'all keep your shit together, man. Boy, crazy. I'm dead. So another, like y'all chose church. You used to go or go to church. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you too. What if Marvin
used to drag me?
Yeah. What if Marvin Sapp locked them doors on y'all? Huh?
Oh man, Marvin Sapp. Yeah. Marvin been in it for a long time, man.
You gotta ask me, depending on what age I'm at, would it answer my question. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tell me that, he tell me that nowadays, I'm gonna look at him like he's the craziest man on the planet. You know what I'm saying?
40,000 too.
What? I'm like, no. If I was younger, you know what I'm saying, ain't no better. I'm like, oh, okay, you know. That's what they used to do. Pastor say lock them doors. We finna come to the altar and stuff like that. But
lock them doors is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about lock them doors until you get 40 minutes. Nah.
What church do you go to?
Right now?
Yeah.
I want to start going to one, but I don't go to one right now.
I know I'm the same way. I don't go to church either, but you used to go to St. Mark at one point in time.
Yeah, I used to go to Langston, but like my home church is not Saint.
So
but,
I've talked about St. Mark. I'm gonna roast St. Mark. At St. Mark, I think I've said this too before. If you go there's a fucking video they play during the service where the video tells you why you should tithe and why you should give money. I kid you not. Bro. This is real. The pastor, those cashmere socks. And those fucking Stacey Adams don't pay for themselves. That goddamn Lexus out front, that $200,000 house with 3 levels, man. The congregation got to pay for that. Man.
So, but like, how do y'all feel about that? Like somebody that works in like, I work in community development, so I work in like the nonprofit part of the Y. The ones that's figure out you for like a pastor or like somebody that works at nonprofit. They getting paid this money and they like not flexing, but they living to what they mean.
Nonprofit.
Right. But you get paid, you know what I'm saying? So what do you think about like, let's say pastor pulling up in the BMW to the service? Like, do you feel like they didn't earn the money. They went through this. They didn't, they didn't put they didn't put their work into their craft or whatever they can do whatever they want with their money, or you should hold a standard to.
The pastor should collect some kind of fee, without a doubt.
Right.
Now, I'm Catholic. I deal with priests mostly, and the priests, I mean, we're not going to get into that. But they don't collect no fee. They live at the church. There's like a little house that the church pay for. That's, my priest from my time. It's a little house, little raggedy joint. I mean, ain't nothing too special. But he live there. He don't collect no fee.
Yeah.
Every time you see him, he in his priest outfit with the little white. You know what I'm saying? He got one little raggedy ass rinky dink car. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Is you doing it for the Lord, or you doing it for a check?
Okay. Now, so what about nonprofit? Like they pulling up they trying to help the kids that's in, bad situations, and they pulling up in the bins.
Is you working for that nonprofit, or are you a volunteer for that nonprofit?
Mm-hmm.
If a lot of nonprofits, they get people to come and volunteer. Red Cross, I'm trying to think of another one, but like a hurricane fund or something like that. People are donating to that, so they donate their time and their money, and then the people that work for them, that organize all this shit, I mean, they got to collect the fee. They got to get paid.
Right. But now, okay, yeah, what you think?
So, I just think that, and this is like one of the biggest struggles I face with, because like growing up in church, my dad always said like you need to pay tithes and stuff like that, and for me, I feel like tithes is, I don't know. I struggle so hard with it, because I also feel like, how it says like give 10% and stuff like that. But why can't, I feel like I'm doing more with that 10%, and it's more like earthly and helpful if I'm helping somebody on the street, getting something to eat, take care of them, instead of going to a church and just giving them money there that
you don't know what's going on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't fully know
what's going on. Niggas could be stealing the money.
Exactly.
And
at the end of
the do that.
And at the end of the day, you don't even know if they stealing it or what they using it for good. But I know if I say like, hey, I got $50 or $100, I can bless somebody right now, and I know that's gonna do some good.
The answer to that is not 10%. The answer to that is when you go to church, put $5 in the basket so they can keep the fucking lights on. That's what you got to do.
Yeah,
your 10% is a lot. 10% is a lot for anything.
Yeah. So and I like. Not that I don't struggle with this, because like I'm like, I don't fucking pay me like a whole bunch of money. You know what I'm saying?
10% of my money to the goddamn church.
Right, but like it's like. Well, I pull up on the kids that like, our programs are like low income kids. Most of our kids come from backgrounds that, much like myself, single home, free or reduced lunch, and I pull up in the, it's like you pull up in the J's, you pull up in like, you dress nice. It's like, are you are you motivating them to like, this is what you can be, this is what you can do? Or is it like, shit, if I'm pulling up and I'm not helping y'all though, am I just flexing on y'all? And it's just like for the church too, or for people that work in nonprofits, it's like you pulling up, you got these grants fundings, or like you done got these tithes and offerings, you pulling up in the red bottoms to do Sunday service. It's like, all right, what are you do? What are you doing with your money outside of the program? That's how I think of it. I'm just is
you putting it back in, or you spending it on yourself?
Right. Yeah. Or what? Yeah. So
the homie Jo, he talked about that a little bit though. I think it is positive. Like I wouldn't consider it flexing. It's more so flexing if you didn't have to come back and do that. Like,
right.
If you're going out of your way to like come and show. This is what I got.
Yeah.
But Jo said, it's like it's positive to say that you ain't got to sell drugs, or you ain't got to play basketball, or you ain't got to do this, that, and the third, so you can have some nice shoes on your feet. Every kid wants nice shoes on their feet.
Yeah.
You ain't got to do this, that, and the third to put polo on your back.
You're a failure. Yeah.
So
now facts. And like, I also believe in reaping what you done like worked for.
Yeah.
Like if you done put the work in, like you done went to school to be a pastor, all that shit. Like, yeah, you should be able to live comfortably if that's what you want to do too. So it's a fine line, if you ask me. It's a fine line between like, all right, what we doing here? Because the church are gonna raise an eyebrow, or like the nonprofits, the people you working with, they gonna raise an eyebrow. So
I think if there's a way just to see what they were doing with the money, you know what I'm saying? Like in the case where he said lock them doors. Okay, if we gonna donate $40,000, I want to see where the $40,000 went. Now, if you're telling me like It's going to like help out with other kids and stuff who are struggling. It's going to help out with a family who needs the groceries and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, if you telling me that money just disappeared and next week I see you in a new, Maybach or something like that, nah.
It's gonna raise my eyebrows.
$1,000 college fund just got paid off.
Yeah, right, yeah. So again, it's a fine line. It's a fine line. So what do y'all? What's the difference to y'all between like cocky and being confident? Like, because I feel like that's another thing that's a fine line. It's like.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. The word confidence, the more and more, and I hear that all the time, and I do understand it, but I'm honestly just not a fan of confidence. Confidence is like some delusional shit. Honestly, there's really like when you confident, it's because you know what you're doing. Yeah. Like if you playing in a basketball game and you playing against, like let's just say when we was playing against the younger kids when we was at the camp, we could do anything because we was confident that we were better than them. And you get that confidence from work ethic, practice, and putting in the amount of time that you're supposed to, do to be confident to do something. I don't think that confidence is real. I'll say that. I think if you can do it, you can do it. If you can't, you can't. And the only way to be able to do it is to work at it and get better at it. And you get more comfortable with doing it and you get better at it just naturally with time. So I've been thinking about that confidence shit because they say that with everything. Like, oh, I got that. Like, you can't do it unless you believe you can do it, which is all fine and good. But you can't do it unless you know you can do it. Right. And how you know you can do it is by working your ass off to be able to do it. Right. So fuck confidence. Just know that
that's
a different perspective. I haven't really thought about it like that.
I feel like me and cocky is like, I don't know. I see it like people, I used to work downtown and stuff like that. And I see people, they got a couple dollars and they want to be like, oh, I got all these new chains and stuff. I feel like that's the cocky side of shit. Like, and I think that I agree with what you're saying. Like, there's no real such thing as confidence. I think that, like, if you know what you're doing and you put the work and stuff into it, you can do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
we got to tit on a little bit of sports before we get up out of here, man. The draft is coming up. NFL draft is coming up. What's y'all takes on like how the media and how everybody's like doing like Shedeur? Like, what do y'all think about that? Like, everybody's saying that he's about to slide. Giants might not take him. What's y'all overall thoughts about, I guess, his situation?
I think if he slides, there's going to be some teams that's happy as hell. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Giants are a really good franchise. I know his dad, a lot of people was talking about that even 2-3 years ago. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They want him in a certain market, a certain light, which is all fine and good. But, I mean, would you really want your son to go to the Giants? Or would you the Raiders would have been a good landing spot, and they still can be. Mm-hmm. Especially with Pete Carroll's Vegas, you get the big market. But I mean, if I'm the Giants, I just take Shedeur. I mean, if the Browns don't take him, if I'm the Browns, I take Shedeur.
Go ahead.
I think that the way that they trying to do him right now is crazy because I was watching some of his combine highlights, and I'm like, hey, he low key might be like the truth, like. He is a baller, and I think that I would hope for if you a smart franchise, I'm taking him early. If you betting on like, oh, I think this and that, or they're trying to say like, oh, his dad's maybe involved and stuff like that. I'm like, you just don't know what you're really missing out on there. You know what I'm saying?
If they give him if he gets a clean pocket and decent weapons in the NFL, he can win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and my thing is like I like Shedeur. Like, he's not the most athletic. No, he's not gonna come in and get rush for 80 yards. But if you look at his body of work, he goes to Jackson State. He builds that program up. Leaves there. Yeah, they win the conference a couple times or whatever. He leaves there. He go to Colorado. Mm-hmm. Colorado was a 1-win team when he went there.
Nobody cared. They won 4 games next year. The next year they win 8? They win 7 or 8 games, I think, last year.
They made a bowl game.
Mm-hmm. So is that not what you want out of a franchise quarterback? Somebody that comes in and can build a culture and can especially with like he had weapons, but his offensive line was shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like with no run game, like if this was any other player, I'm not even gonna say black quarterback, but like if it was any other player, I feel like they would be dig eating. They would be.
If this was Quinn Harris.
Yeah, or if like this is Jackson Dart, he would be climbing up the rankings. Like, Cam Ward I feel like he should be the number one quarterback for sure. More talented, yeah. He should be the number one quarterback, but there's no way like Shedeur should slide to like 15, like 16.
More than Shedeur.
I like Cam more than Shedeur just because like traits, Like Shedeur is definitely the more I would say he's more like ready. You can plug him and play maybe. Cam, he just got nothing. He looked just talented when he throw that ball. That just come off talent. Yeah, it's a little bit different.
The thing I feel like Shedeur though, because if you think about it, you got Cam Ward who's at Miami,
right?
He got weapons. Like you can't sit up there and say like there's
shit. His best receiver ran like a 4.9.
That was crazy. Yeah, but I'm saying like. But you also, like, yes, he had Travis.
He got way better offensive line. Cam Ward did for sure, yeah.
But I'm saying, like, switch them two.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
They can do the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's not going to be too much of a difference.
Yeah.
I like Shedeur because his dad played in the league.
Yeah.
And he's going to know what to expect. I think he's had a lot more resources than Cam Ward is to be able to prepare for it. Yeah. And Cam Ward, I mean, his arm talent is he can throw a sidearm.
Yeah.
He can make any kind of throw. He can throw the long out route to the long side of the field.
He can do the pro day gimme throws. Yeah. Like, the roll out, throw it on side. When they do the pro days, they just kind of just launch it out there.
Yeah,
and
there's
let
no throw
run.
he can't make. So if he gets the mental part of it, I mean, he's going to be electric.
Yeah, so I hope Shedeur, like I'm saying, I hope Shedeur has a good, career for sure. Like, I fuck with Shedeur. And like you said, if you put him on Georgia, if you put him on Texas,
Ohio State,
put him on Ohio State. If you put him on Ohio State, if you put him on these teams that went far, if you put him on Notre Dame,
they'll both be battling for that number one spot once again.
For sure, like he would do the same. He would do, more if not better than what he did already.
Yeah, it's not like Miami. I mean, the ACC was beyond terrible.
Right,
they didn't make the playoff. Didn't even. Well, they had.
They lost that last game. Yeah, they lost those couple games.
Yeah,
but he could have went to the SEC and did whatever the hell he wanted to if he wasn't playing playing with his dad. So, I think these teams put too much mustard on like the shit that don't matter for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like his he didn't work on the combine. He had sunglasses on. What's that they're talking about? He had his hoodie on. It's something. It's always something. So
way too flashy.
Yeah.
No, they looked at Cam Ward and was like, he's not too quarterbacky looking, And I'm like,
he don't look like a prototype quarterback. He's not white.
Exactly what that means.
More and more nowadays.
Yeah. So, and then we got the March Madness wrapping up. NBA playoffs in a couple weeks or a week maybe.
It's a week already.
Yeah, April. Yeah.
Damn.
I think the play-in starts in a week or two. I think, right?
It's closer than it is fall.
So what you think? Sure. What do you think about your Lakers?
Oh man, it's kind of like we falling back into where we was at. Our defense isn't as good as we were playing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day. And I said this. I said this when the trade went happen. I said this when the trade went down. If Luka and LeBron James combine for 60 points, I don't give a fuck who you got. We're gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah,
and that's just the bottom line.
So I mean, bro, what was it the other day? They had what? 30. Austin Reeves had 30, 20. I'm like,
Austin Reeves trying to find his way.
Hooping.
He was tired from the Olympics. He was tired from the FIBA. Get your young ass out there.
Who don't you want your Lakers to see?
The Denver Nuggets, obviously. And it's been like that for the last 2 years. But I want to say this. And I tweeted this a long time ago. I said, Nikola Jokic is the best white player to ever play. Is Nikola Jokic the best basketball player that niggas have ever seen play?
No.
Are we saying that because he's white?
No.
Are we saying that because he's unathletic?
No. Are you saying? Oh, no.
Is he the best player you ever seen play the game of basketball?
No.
Okay, LeBron is 6'8", right?
Yeah.
He runs 40 miles an hour, right?
Yeah.
He jumps 60 inches off the ground.
That's
right?
part of making him the best.
Michael Jordan does that too, right? And Michael Jordan was, way more athletic than the people he's playing against, right? And Kobe Bryant. What makes Jokic good at basketball?
I can't say he probably
because he's just good.
Can you say he's the most skilled player that's played?
He's the I don't know because the defense is where niggas get me. I don't got shit to say.
Yeah, right.
But he might be the best basketball player I've ever seen.
That pass we did
What doesn't he do at a superb level?
He had 60, 10, and 10?
Bro,
he's 61, 10.
He's a different animal in the same beast.
Yeah.
I mean,
you think he could do that like back in the day though?
Yes. And Shaq was saying that they just recently had they asked Shaq, what would you do in 01 versus Jokic? And Shaq is going to abuse him. He's going to have to foul him. But what does Shaq fucking do when he has to guard a fucking 7-footer out there on the 3-point line? Something he's also never done.
Yeah.
Can he stop Jokic from doing what he does? No.
The beautiful thing about Joker is that it don't matter. He gonna get his teammates involved. If he's not
selfish,
he gonna board up. He gonna play. He gonna find his buckets. You gonna go to sleep. You gonna wake up because they play Mountain Time. He gonna have 30, 10, and 12.
And you watch him play the whole game, and you look at the stat sheet. He got 40 points.
Yeah,
where did he get 40 points?
Yeah.
And he about to average the first time a big has ever averaged a triple double.
He's the best passer in the NBA.
Yeah.
I used to say it was LeBron. It's not.
I used to say it was James Harden.
I used to think it was Luka. I ain't gonna cap.
Luka, yeah, for sure.
Luka's a great passer. He don't got nothing on Jokic.
Yeah.
Jokic is. I mean, he's unbelievable. He's my favorite player.
I'm not mad at
He's
that.
my favorite player. I love Jokic.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. He's a baller for sure.
He is crazy good.
It needs to be like. It's the crazy thing about it. It's like they'll say, "Oh, he don't care about basketball."
He don't.
He can.
He does. He absolutely can. Yeah.
But if they went to the finals, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like we talked about that one time. Like he gonna get that. Oh, he did all this without All-Star. He did all this without All-Star. And Jamal Murray, cold. When it's time to play, he show up.
Cold.
But like that nigga's not an All-Star. He not. He don't play All-Star level all the way out throughout the year.
He'll role player for sure.
So like
Aaron Gordon revitalized his career.
Right.
He did a little bit for himself, but at the end of with the Magic. But
yeah,
KCP. I mean
Christian Brown, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kansas man. What's the other guy? Got him paid. Ain't been shit. Bruce Brown.
Yeah.
Ain't been shit since.
Yeah.
But I mean.
Yeah.
And then that game the other day. I mean. And then Westbrook. I mean,
that's your guy. So I know you don't want to bash Westbrook.
Hold on, you hate no Westbrook?
No, I love Westbrook.
Okay, that's my dog.
I hate the way that the media just be like bashing.
What?
He does.
Did you see what he did?
Love Westbrook. He's actually my favorite player.
He do it sometimes to himself. But I'm saying like I was OKC fan.
Oh, you using Oklahoma? Yeah.
Yeah, love seeing Westbrook. The big three and all that. And to this day, I would love for Westbrook to get a ring.
Me too.
At the end of the day. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like LeBron. I do like and I think the Mavs are stupid for getting rid of Luka. Sure. But I would love to see either OKC or Westbrook get a ring this year.
But so, no, for sure. I don't want to just over that, but you gonna back Westbrook for what he did against the Timberwolves?
That's what I said. That's what I said. Like I can't.
He missed the layup and then he go down and foul.
Niggas was playing 2K like what I would have done. I'd have really snapped on the nigga, taking it way too serious. Like, bro, you didn't just do that, dog. Not one.
You probably would have got niggas would have got off.
Yeah, niggas would have said nothing. Yeah, but I mean, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I'm hollering.
Hall of Famer, bro.
No, for sure.
But he just makes the most comically bad fucking plays like you would do like as a 6th grader type shit. And if he could just stop doing that, I mean niggas would have nothing on him.
Man, crazy.
Can't.
Yeah, I love Westbrook though. Yeah, I'm glad
yes.
another Westbrooker.
So I'm looking forward to the NBA playoffs for sure. That's when everybody tap in. I'm ready to see what's going on, especially East West. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be bunched up in the West. If you had to pick now, who coming out the East?
Man, Boston I think if Boston want to lock whoever the fuck they play up, they just lock them up.
Yeah. What you think?
I agree. I think Boston is one of those teams that like they can have an off night, but then you really look at it like
how many off nights they gonna really have?
They can have an off night, and then their defense is good enough to beat you.
Yeah. And then the next thing you know, they beat the team by 40. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, for sure. The West, who you got coming out?
I'm gonna say Lakers, Denver after that. I think Denver will beat up.
You think you're not believing OKC?
I believe him. I believe in SGA.
If they didn't have to see, like, if they happen to not have to run into the Nuggets or the.
I think if they don't play the Nuggets, they can beat anybody. But I think the Nuggets will give them problems. I think the Nuggets give anybody problems.
Yeah. I think that if OKC don't run into the Nuggets or Lakers.
The Lakers will give OKC problems too.
Only because of experience and stuff like that.
And I think the West is bunched up right now. The West got a lot of like the Clippers is playing good. Kawhi and James Harden is playing great together right now.
So cold. I love this game.
I feel like especially with the Timberwolves, like you just never know. Like they got Anthony Edwards, they can pull it out at any time.
Once he finished paying off that child support,
are
they gonna let him do it all at one time?
No, they probably not gonna. Because that's gonna be the blueprint.
Yeah, just do it all at once.
Yeah, because then it's gonna go up. Because then it's gonna go up.
Niggas gonna start doing that shit.
Niggas don't got that.
They gonna be like, I can pay off. Man, I made about $20,000 a year. I mean, here you go.
They're trying to get a wholesale on it.
But I get a little discount, man. I paid all up front. Okay.
So yeah, for sure. Before you get up out of here, bro, appreciate you for coming through South Model Workshop. If you if you downtown, if you at the Y, stop into the cafe. If you just need something to eat, some little fresh eatery, tap into my guy. If you need meal prep, catering, tap into my guy. Before you get out of here, though, we're going to ask you a couple questions, all right?
Go
ahead. Can you wake up dead?
No.
You see, he was confused because he didn't actually know. He was like, could you?
Can you wake up dead?
No, you'd be dead. Okay.
When you hear there's always work to be done, what is that? What do you think about that?
Keep improving.
And then you got a question for him?
If you had, what's the largest amount of money you would pay for the Ravens to win a Super Bowl?
Damn. Like straight. Probably 1,000. I ain't gonna count.
Right. Ooh, okay. All right, man. And just
outside of that, I'm like, yeah. Next year.
Yeah. Again, tell them where they can find you at.
Oh yeah. So Cafe 402, Big Joe's Catering, downtown Wichita, 402 North Market. If you're not good with directions, it's located right inside the downtown YMCA. Pull up, I'm either there. My homie Yukon's there. It's all good vibes, good music, good times, fire food, fire drinks, all that for sure.
For sure. And just like that. Oh, wait. Before we go, buy some merch. We got hats, we got hoodies, we got all that shit. Tap in with your boys.
The new hats,
Fire.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Get one of them for sure.
For sure. And subscribe, follow, like, tap in the Grace and Sunday service call in. You know what I'm saying? Always support the community. And just like that, we out.
Too late.